The video opens with a breathtaking shot of the powerful F-35 Lightning fighter jet descending smoothly toward the runway at Fort McCoy Airfield, the roar of its engine echoing across the landscape. This moment captures not only the sheer power of the aircraft, but also its remarkable level of precision. As the jet touches down, you see its landing gear absorb the impact effortlessly. A testament to the advanced engineering and technology packed into this fifth-generation stealth fighter. The F-35 is not just another aircraft. It represents the pinnacle of modern military aviation, combining speed, stealth, and advanced electronic systems in a way that sets it apart from any fighter before it. Watching it land and then prepare for takeoff gives us a window into the sheer capability of this platform and why it is a game-changer for modern air forces. The F-35 Lightning II, developed by Lockheed Martin, was designed to serve multiple roles across different branches of the U.S. military and allied nations. What makes it unique is its versatility. Unlike many fighter jets built with a narrow focus, the F-35 can excel in air-to-air combat, air-to-ground strike missions, electronic warfare, and intelligence gathering. The jet taking off at Fort McCoy demonstrates how easily it can adapt to different environments. From traditional runways to more challenging forward operating bases, its stealth profile ensures that when it takes to the skies, it can operate deep inside contested airspace without being easily detected by enemy radar. One of the most striking features when the aircraft is viewed on the runway is its design. The sleek, angular shape, flat fuselage, and canted tail fins all contribute to reducing radar cross-section, making it one of the hardest aircraft to track and target. The canopy design is smooth and tinted, not just for the pilot's protection, but also to help minimize radar reflection. Even its weapons are carried internally in stealth mode, ensuring the aircraft's radar signature remains as small as possible. The landing sequence at Fort McCoy emphasizes how this design doesn't just look futuristic, it has real tactical advantages. Every curve and edge of the aircraft has been purpose-built for survivability in modern combat zones. The performance of the F-35 is equally impressive. As it accelerates down the runway and takes off, the aircraft demonstrates the sheer power of its Pratt Whitney F135 engine, which delivers around 43,000 pounds of thrust. This is what enables a jet to go supersonic, reaching speeds of Mach 1.6 while carrying a full weapons load. More importantly, the engine is designed with efficiency in mind, giving the jet an extended combat radius that allows it to operate further and longer than many older fighters. At Fort McCoy, you can see this thrust in action as the jet climbs rapidly into the sky, showing off its remarkable thrust-to-weight ratio and agility. Despite being loaded with cutting-edge electronics and weapons, inside the cockpit, the F-35 provides pilots with some of the most advanced systems ever installed in a fighter. The panoramic touchscreen display consolidates vital flight and mission information, reducing workload and allowing pilots to focus on the mission rather than switching between multiple systems. What's even more impressive is the helmet-mounted display system, which essentially turns the pilot's helmet into an augmented reality visor. Pilots can see through the aircraft with 360-degree awareness, as if the jet were transparent. This not only enhances survivability, but also makes the F-35 unmatched in terms of situational awareness. At Fort McCoy, every takeoff and landing is conducted with precision because the pilot has a constant flow of information. From terrain mapping to targeting data projected right onto their visor. Another aspect worth highlighting is the jet's adaptability across different models. The F-35A, which we most often see in demonstrations like those at Fort McCoy, is designed for conventional takeoff and landing. The F-35B can perform short takeoffs and vertical landings, while the F-35C is optimized for carrier operations with larger wings and reinforced landing gear. Each of these variants shares the same core systems and design philosophy, making them interoperable across different services and allied forces. What we witness at Fort McCoy is the F-35's seamless runway performance, giving us a glimpse into how the aircraft operates in standard airfield conditions, while maintaining its full stealth and combat capabilities. The jet's ability to integrate into a modern battle network is another defining strength. Unlike older fighters, which were often limited to their onboard sensors, the F-35 is built to act as both a sensor and a node in a larger system. This means it can detect threats far beyond its immediate range, share that data with other aircraft or ground units, and coordinate attacks in real time. Watching it land and then take off again, I isn't just about the physical performance of the jet it is, also about knowing that behind the scenes, the F-35 is linked to a digital ecosystem that gives entire military forces an edge. Another layer of performance comes from the aircraft's agility. Despite being heavier than some fourth-generation fighters, the F-35 is highly maneuverable. The advanced flight control system, combined with its aerodynamic design, allows it to perform high-G maneuvers and maintain stability even in challenging conditions. This is critical during both dogfights and ground attack missions. At Fort McCoy, the landing and takeoff sequence shows how well the aircraft maintains stability at low speeds as well as how quickly it can transition to supersonic speeds. This dual capability highlights why it is considered a multi-role fighter in the truest sense. Fuel efficiency and survivability are also central to its design. The internal fuel capacity allows the jet to fly longer without needing external fuel tanks, which would compromise its stealth. The F-35's ability to stay airborne for extended missions ensures it can reach targets deeper inside enemy territory. On the survivability side, advanced electronic countermeasures, sensor fusion, and stealth all combine to make the aircraft extremely difficult to target. Landing at Fort McCoy? It looks like a standard routine. But in a combat situation, every step of that landing sequence is backed by layers of defensive systems, protecting both pilot and aircraft. Another interesting factor about the F-35's design is its maintenance and operational flexibility. Earlier fighters often required significant time and resources between flights, but the F-35 was built with modular components and a digital maintenance system that streamlines upkeep. This ensures faster turnaround times and greater availability rates. That's why demonstrations like those at Fort McCoy are possible, with the jet able to cycle through multiple flights without excessive downtime. It's also important to recognize the global impact of the F-35 program. More than a dozen allied nations operate or plan to operate this fighter, creating an international coalition with standardized equipment and shared training. At Fort McCoy, the landing and takeoff of the F-35 is not just a U.S. military display, but a representation of a broader partnership. These jets are a key part of NATO defense planning and other strategic alliances, meaning that their presence at exercises or demonstrations carries both tactical and symbolic significance. When the jet powers down the runway and lifts into the sky again, the visual spectacle matches the technical marvel behind it. The precision of the landing gear, the balance of stealth and aerodynamics, the immense thrust of the engine, and the advanced avionics all come together in one seamless performance. Fort McCoy provides the perfect stage to showcase these capabilities, because the controlled environment allows observers to fully appreciate both the subtle and dramatic aspects of the aircraft, from the low growl of the engine at idle to the thunderous roar of takeoff. Every moment reflects decades of innovation and engineering excellence.